That's the only old actor I know, man. They're all baby-eating pieces of shit in my book.
Baby eating.
Is that innuendo of her gushing? Like, are you saying she's a squirt? What the fuck am I watching?
And I'm hearing my unborn baby talking to me saying, "Don't abort me." I'm calling Joe DiMaggio back, and I'm gonna say, "Give me one right in the breadbasket, slugger."
I text Doughboy. I was like, "This minute mark on the movie, holy shit, I'm fucking dust."
Right, so this week we decided to actually get a movie review in. We've actually missed a couple of weeks, and we apologize about that. It's not that we haven't been watching movies here at the BroNoun. Believe me, we've been watching our fair share of this bullshit y'all call movies these days.
I mean, I liked Pearl.
Yeah,
but nobody else saw that.
Yeah, but Pearl was good, I guess. You know what? We did X. I enjoyed Barbarian. We never got around to that review. That was actually. I wish we could talk. You know, we'll talk about that later on one day. How about that?
When it comes out on VHS.
You know what I'm saying? That way, our boy CS can finally get in on that action.
I mean, you guys aren't getting true shit from Blockbuster anymore.
Oh man! Shout out to the people still chopping their cocaine up with their Blockbuster IDs. You know what I'm saying?
Those things are sturdy. Does not bend.
This week on the docket for the movies, we actually reviewed the NC-17 drama called Blonde. Doughboy, will you please give me the synopsis of this movie so I know and the Bro Nation knows what the fuck we're getting into before we get into this?
I did want to give one disclaimer. It's not my official job, but I'm kind of the movie scout when it comes to what
it's
we're
his
gonna
official
check out.
job, people. Don't let
It's
him
my
lie to you.
official job.
He's the one that's in charge of the movies.
I think I'm gonna have to hire an intern because I am like 0 for 8 right now. This one right here. You know what? Before I give you the synopsis, I'll give you the Doughboy synopsis of Blonde. Okay, it is the first and only NC-17 movie where I couldn't even get a sad jack on. This was ridiculous.
You know, in my notes I put like if you're like 18, this is the movie for you.
Well, there was one interview with Ana de Armas where she said, "I think it's disgusting that people are going to use these nudes." I'm not using this for shit. I'm going to use these nude scenes to go, this is how you don't turn somebody on. But anyway, maybe that wasn't the point. Maybe it was about a tortured artist. Anyway, here is the synopsis of the brilliant, life-affirming great American novel by Joyce Carol, Susan B. Anthony. In the novel Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates presents a fictionalized portrayal of the life of Norma Jean Mortensen, better known as actress Marilyn Monroe.
Hold on. Did you say fictional?
Yeah, I said fictionalized. It didn't. It's funny. Most people that have been dead for 60 years can't really tell their own story, and if this was anything close to what her story was like, it's amazing she had time to even wipe her ass between the sexual assaults and abortions.
So pretty much is what we're gonna get. Like our great grandchildren are gonna get this for the Kim K. Pretty much is what we're looking forward to in the future.
Jesus Christ!
They're just gonna fictional like fanfic of the Kardashian like.
That one's gonna be called Buns.
Or Spanx.
There's certain parts of this movie that I know are not fictional, especially the blowjob scene.
Oh yeah, no, she was.
Oh, with the president.
Yeah, she was full on taking loads from JFK.
Yo, listen, dude, there's so many things I have wrong with this. First and foremost, I love movies that give me amazing foreshadow. And so when I turn this movie on, because like I said, this is a Doughboy Fresh movie. You know, Doughboy comes out with these movie reviews, and we're here. We're here for y'all. As soon as I turn this on, after I heard the of the Netflix, I saw in big plain white letters with a black background, Plan B. So you know this is an abortion of a movie. Go ahead and turn it off and say you watched it. That's how I thought about that being my actual review, is going, Plan B? Not for me. And then turning it off. Like, I was thinking about making that my review. But I sat through this. Did y'all sit through it? I mean, obviously you did if you knew. If you saw the blowjob scene.
Goddamn thing.
So me and Doughboy were texting each other because you weren't watching it yet. Me and Doughboy were texting each other. Like, at first, I was okay with it. I thought, man, she's really doing a good job. She's giving that emotion. Even the little girl at the very first of the movie, I thought really did, gave out a little good emotional,
that
situation.
Was this movie was tough out the gate, man.
Yeah. So the whole time, Doughboy's like, "This fucking sucks," and I hate everything about
7 minutes in. I was just like,
And
"This is like a fucking sophomore year art film at Juilliard."
Yeah, who the fuck directed this shit?
Dominic.
Is he a they them?
Andrew Dominic.
Is he a they them? Because I looked at his profile pic before this show, and he looked every bit. He looked like he threw the ball underhanded if he threw the first pitch out of a baseball game.
I was really. The reason I don't want to say I was looking forward to this because I thought the book was atrocious when it came out. My mom read the book and she let me read some of it, and she said this is the most like disgusting thing I've ever read. It's just some woman like playing pretend that she's Marilyn Monroe. But like Andrew Dominic has directed a number of movies, 2 of them being Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt.
That's
and then also
ass.
Yeah, and
I saw
then,
that fucking horrible
that's
movie.
A great. I liked it.
I
liked
hate
that.
That's the one with Brad Pitt had the sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah,
sawed off you could see the goddamn bullets, right? Yeah, I remember that stupid fucking movie.
And he made the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, and that was a very arty movie, but it worked for the cowboy genre. But this was.
I'm so sorry we cut you off, bro. What were you getting at, man? I just had to get that out there.
I was just gonna say that as we were going back and forth, and I was about 15 minutes ahead of him, maybe 20 minutes, and then finally at some point
we were at 2 different abortions. We should preface that by saying this real quick. There are 3, count them 3. Unwanted abortions in this movie, and they are not tame.
And the one part that really switched me over back to Doughboy's side was the abortion where the point of view was from inside the vagina.
God. Oh my god!
Yeah. I think my favorite comedic moment was when the third fetus, we'll call that one the charm. The third one was talking to her
when she was gardening or whatever.
I've been the same baby the whole time.
What in the Damien is that shit?
I told you to. I was like, hey, I text Doughboy. I was like, this minute mark on the movie, holy shit, I'm fucking done.
If I'm Marilyn Monroe and I'm hearing my unborn baby talking to me saying, "Don't abort me," I'm calling Joe DiMaggio back, and I'm gonna say, give me one right in the breadbasket, slugger.
I'm calling Kavanaugh's parents and be like, hey, can y'all do anything about this?
I got a 6-pack and a broom.
I mean, this movie was tough. Like I said, out the gate. In my notes, I wrote, life is always hard as being a child of a single parent. No doubt about that. It's 10 times as hard if that single parent is batshit crazy. And holy fuck was her mother batshit crazy.
She reminded me a lot of Marilyn's mother, of my grandmother. And like my grandmother was exactly like that. Pretty much did a lot of the similar stuff to my mother too. I don't want to get too personal with it, but like that opening scene was a little too like close to home for me. She even looked like my grandmother.
I'm not breaking this whole movie down. Because this movie fucking sucked ass. I give it fucking 3 limp dicks and a half a sad jack, but we're not to that point yet. I haven't got to talk to y'all yet about this. when she went to drive into the fucking fire, was she going to kill themselves? She was going to kill her and the baby, right? Like that's what I got out of it, right? Like she was going to drive into the fire. Like there's no denying it, right? Like what else could she be? I know she gave the bullshit spiel about Clark Gable being like her father.
That was supposed to be.
I have no fucking idea. That's the only old actor I know, man. They're all baby eating pieces of shit in my book.
Baby eating.
Hey, she was probably their favorite celebrity.
I mean, you know, like I tell you what, this is sidetrack. Whatever you do, don't watch that new Pinocchio shit on Disney Plus. Holy shit. Hey, I'm looking at you, Tom Hanks. You can't spell pedo without Geppetto, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It was.
I saw something about it, and I think it's after the scene where he stops and smells a pile of shit on the street.
That was so bad.
Yeah, for like
you know
2
what?
straight minutes.
It was better than this. I tell you that much. This shit was garbage, bro. They go to drive into a fire to where this is the part that I almost turned it off after this. When the mother tried to drown her in the bathtub, like I was like, you know,
rough.
I was like, I
rough.
didn't sign up for this shit. And now I want, like, more than anything, knowing that what did you say this was again, Doughboy? A fictitious look into Marilyn.
Yeah, portrayal of Marilyn Monroe's. I almost said Manson.
I've done that so many times lately. I did a little diving in, and Marilyn Monroe actually did bounce around from orphanages, but it wasn't her neighbors that sent her to there. It was actual family members. But yeah, she did have a batshit crazy mother and a tough childhood. That's the part that's true.
Well, here's what gets me. They had a chance here to tell a fairly decent story about a woman that had mental health issues, was abused, but they took away every bit of agency from her. It just made her seem like she was flitting from sexual assault to sexual assault. Marilyn Monroe started her own production company. Marilyn Monroe made all of these changes and all these forward movements for actresses in the industry. Maybe not the most, but she had some agency to herself.
This
but in
movie
this one, she was
made
just
her
victim
look
of the
like an
movie.
idiot. Like
Yeah.
like my
It
whole life.
trivialized mental health to such a ridiculous degree.
You're right. In my whole life, I thought that Marilyn Monroe played an idiot, was not an idiot. If you watch
she
this
wasn't.
movie, you would think that she was the dumbest broad ever born. It started like the first, like not the first scene, but the first adult scene. She's getting dug out in some executive's office and then reads for a part and they go, "You got the part," and she goes, "But why? Why did I get the part? Do you not remember 5 minutes ago you just got dicked out by an old 80-year-old motherfucker that ran the company? Like, you can't be this dumb. It's impossible."
She weaponized her sexuality.
They made her
in an
feel
age
like
where
a
that
fucking idiot in this movie, man. Like, it
But I
was
mean,
ridiculous.
the real Marilyn, she that was her, for right or for wrong or for ill or for other. That was her strength, her wall that she hid behind. She knew that she could do this thing and that it would work, and she could use it as a means to an end. As you said, this just made her look like a moron. It was exploitative and just dirty and God.
And as opposed to like nowadays where you have, you know, Kim K and all the other big booty motherfuckers out there that are exploiting their own sexuality bullshit for pop culture, and in turn not giving anything back. Whereas they're making Marilyn seem like what Spazzy was saying, just this complete idiot who actually did make movements. It really is just sort of a diss on her own.
Yeah, if this was a love
person.
letter to Marilyn Monroe, it was covered in piss.
Yeah, like friends like that, who needs enemies, right?
No shit.
Like, holy shit, man.
It was like he wrote a love letter to Marilyn Monroe and then did a cum tribute for it.
Another problem I had is what was the director's name again? I'm so sorry. If I tried to say it, I'm gonna
Andrew
butcher.
Dominic.
Yeah.
Andrew Dominic.
Okay, guy, you're not Zack Snyder, so please stop trying.
Oh,
you
my
don't
God.
have to make like menage a trois scenes into her
What the fuck
gripping
was
the
that?
bed into an edge of a waterfall. Is that innuendo of her gushing? Like, are you saying she's a squirt? Like, what the fuck am I watching? For a second, it looked cool until it focused in and you saw the shit. I said, did Disney do this? Because it looks like a Disney production right here. Like, oh my God. Stop zooming out of keyholes. You know, that's horrible in itself. Stop. You know what? Just stop. How about that?
It was the worst David Lynch movie I've ever seen.
Thank you. It felt like a cosplay David Lynch movie. If I could describe it into like words, you helped me to get to there, Doughboy. Like,
it's like he's in his sophomore year at Juilliard and he just watched Blue Velvet for the first time.
Yo, CS, why don't you show him that Blue Chew, baby? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And folks, just remember, when you order Blue Chew, it'll arrive in a discreet package. But there won't be anything discreet about your package.
Put CS in the product code and get 20% off. See, we did it all the work for you, Blue Chew.
Look,
Actually, you put in the promo code, and when it's delivered by CS to your house, and you go to open it, and it's already been taken, and CS is just like,
it's been chewed.
We're going to recreate Blonde real quick.
Blue Chew, do not sue us. We hold no rights over
Hey,
this.
check this out. The one thing I noticed, that the only thing that wasn't fictionist about this movie is her nipples were pretty fat, and I'm sure Marilyn Monroe's had some fat nipples, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Anna, whatever your last name is.
Ana de Armas.
I think you're very beautiful. I think they did you an injustice with the script. I think you sounded, I don't know if we have any wrestling fans out there, but she sounded like Kenny Omega with like winded and sentence fragment to the death.
Here's what gets me. I do have something that's really important that I really want to get off my heart. It's weighing on me. You know, Ana de Armas, beautiful actress, great actress. In fact, she was wonderful in the new James Bond movie. But here's the thing. You know, she's a Colombian woman, and she's playing a white, buxom, middle America actress. You know, don't you think white blonde actresses have suffered enough? We can't find they don't have. We got to pass them up for this. You know, what was January Jones doing? Jesus,
You know what?
20
Right,
years,
absolutely right.
20 years ago, Angelina Jolie would have got this part. And I'm telling you right now, there is not a shortage. There is not a shortage of thick, beautiful, blonde white women in Hollywood. So the fact they went out and got a Colombian, I mean,
hey, it's art. You don't have to understand it.
Absolutely, man. And I'm not making a big deal about that. I don't give a shit. I got to see her titties, so you know, win for me, dog.
I hate artists.
There was a couple of times where you're just like, "What? What did you just say?"
Right? Did you just say? Like, and that right there is when we get demonetized in Mexico.
El Marín.
I mean, you know what? She's my e-girl of the week. If we can just go ahead and just like go from the opening scene, like Anna.
Wait a minute, the opening scene where she's a little girl?
No, I'm talking about like our opening scene. No,
wait, are you talking about the abortions?
Actually, like the opening scene almost made me not finish this show. If I have anything to say to this director is tone down on the mom beating the shit out of her in the car and trying to drown her in the pool because this is fictitious. And what kind of shit is that?
I don't want to inject a bit of reality into the storytelling, but after a while, you also have to remember, too, as well, this is a movie. This is a form of entertainment. Sometimes, and I know I'm in the minority here, apparently, sometimes you want to watch a movie to forget about some of that shit. Because this day and age, all you got to do is turn on television if you want to hear about the horrible things people do to their children.
Yeah, you don't want to set that emotional nail and just keep beating it down into the fucking wood.
You're me up every once in a while.
You're making this artistic film. Find an artistic way to relay that emotion. Don't just keep pounding that shit in, because that shit was heartbreaking.
It was, man. It was super sad. Any other parts of the movie that actually caught y'all that y'all want to talk? Like I said, I'm not breaking this plan B of a movie down scene by scene because I just couldn't do it, man. Like after a while, her voice got on my nerves. Like not her, like the way she talked. Just it was like, I'm Norma Jean. You're talking about Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Monroe. I'm sorry. I'm Norma Jean. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, we get it. You're Norma fucking Jean. Well, then I guess we'll just go to this. CS, what do you give this movie, man? What do you give the Bro Nation, your CS official BroNoun review?
A simple review. I'm going to do 5 out of 10 because Anna was, I think she was good. I think she was really good. And nice boobs, you know?
Absolutely. Doughboy?
I give this 4 shots to the gut by Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I don't think that's a good review.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Honestly, like I said at the beginning of this, I think if you just read the synopsis and then turned it on to the first 15 seconds, and then you saw the plan B, just go ahead and cut it off. Like it lets you know. It's letting you know that it's not worth your time. Anything in the future horizon on the docket, Doughboy, we got coming up for movie wise, or?
Well, actually, I just yesterday went to see, and we'll talk about it next week. Hopefully, you guys can get a chance to go see it. I just went to see Smile, the new.
Yeah. How was it?
I mean, I went with my girlfriend and I had a really good time watching her lose her shit. It was a pretty standard kind of like jump scare fare, but the effects were really well done, and the story wasn't. It was pretty straightforward. I mean, it's one of those ones. I think it's a movie theater movie. I don't know how much rewatch value it has, but I mean, I was entertained.
Hey, you know what I like to do with scary movies, and you know what? As always, Uncle Spizzy gonna give you his Spizzy recommendations and also tips of the week, because I'm out here. We are out here to help y'all. Like at the end of the day, we're doing this for y'all because we want y'all, you know what, enjoy life, and we're gonna help you enjoy it. So this is what Uncle Spizzy tells you to do. Do like the Apple guy that got fired. Get you a big titty blonde, and then take her to a scary movie. All right, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's the best move. I mean, dude, do about 50 to 100 curls that day. You know, just like burn out. Get a little muscle in your arm, a little flex more than you do. And then when those scenes where like it makes you jump, she grabs your arm, you fucking flex on her. You know what I'm saying? Get you some of that. She's going to appreciate it. You're going to appreciate it, because who doesn't like to have a big titty blonde grabbing their arm when they get scared? Guilty. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I like to do. And shout out to all you beautiful women out there. At the BroNouns, we want you to know that we are pro women, and we know what women are. You know what I'm saying? We love you women. You know, all shades, all sizes. We love y'all. A lot of the stuff we say are jokes. They're not dicks. You ain't got to take them so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like we like to joke around, but we love women here. Hey, this is your boy Spizzy.
This is CS.
This is your mom, Doughboy.
Oh, man, there you go. Switch it up on. So you just listened to some clips brought to you by the BroNouns podcast. Tune in weekly and catch all the shenanigans and tomfuckery that we're bound to bring you.